All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. 2 weeks. Wow, 2 weeks with the Google Pixel 9 Pro, and it's time for a follow-up. So I'll try not to drag this out too much because I do have some things I want to talk about in this video. But how's the device been? Like, how is it using this device every day? Well, it's been fine. There's definitely no issues with this thing at all. I've had not one single crash, failure, anything like that. There's no heating issues. I'm just not having any problems with this device. I even got a software update. If you don't know, Google has released the first software update for this device, and that's really good because it took a long time for my Fold to get its first, my Fold 6 to get its first update. It just recently got it in the past week or so, whatever it's been. But Google is on top of it. They haven't given it Android 15 yet. That comes in October, I believe. But fact of the matter is, all the questions that you guys have been putting in the comment section, do you have this type? Do you have this problem? Do you have this problem? I have not noticed any heating issues. And mind you, I've been recording with this phone some pretty long videos on my car channel. And I've been posting a lot of the car channel stuff here, the Tesla stuff, I should say. And I've done some 30-minute, 40-minute videos where I had to edit it down a little bit, but the phone obviously got a little warm because the processor has to work. And I'm recording at 4K 60 or 4K 30, it's going to warm up a little bit, but nothing like what people are asking me in the comment section of some of the videos. Did it shut off? Do you have overheating problems? Nope. None of those things are affecting my device. None. So I put out a small short as you saw me open my phone here with the screen, and it goes the face unlock, and it goes straight to the home page. Yeah, I put out a small short on that to let you guys know, because some of you guys were asking questions about that, like, hey, I hate the swiping gesture, and I showed you in that particular video that you don't have to do that. You just go into your settings, and because by default it stays on the screen, and then you go into your security, and then you go into device unlock, and then you go in here, and then I'll enter in my PIN, and then it's going to go in here, and then you go into face unlock, and you check this box at the bottom down here, skip lock screen. I just by default didn't have this turned on, so that's why in some of my initial videos it was like that. But nonetheless, perfectly going into face unlock without touching anything, and it goes straight into the screen. No issues with that. Again, no heating, no problems. Now I've shown you that you can actually skip the lock screen, because some people are really concerned about that. You know, it was a lot of comments coming in like that, and I said, let me just make a short on this because, you know, ahead of this video, because some people were saying I'm really not liking this. I mean, there's plenty of people out there commenting saying I just don't like to swipe. Well, that is how you do it, folks. Now you know. Quick tip for you once again. With that short, and then here you see that you don't have to stay on the lock screen when you use your face unlock. I personally don't like face unlock most of the time, but it's there. It's just a function that is there, and I appreciate that it's there. I just prefer to use the fingerprint reader because I've also updated my screen protector. I've given you a video on that. This screen protector right here. Let me see if I can get it here. This is the screen protector I'm using now. Again, shout out to Grant S. He hooked me up with the plug on this one, telling me this is what he's using on his, and he was right. It works great. It works, and some of you guys are starting to get yours, and you're commenting saying, "Hey Jay, you know I got it too." And man, it is really good. It's fast. Just like not even having it on there, and you don't have to turn on the. I showed in the other video that you don't really have to turn on the touch here for the touch sensitivity. You don't have to turn this bottom one on, but I turn it on anyway. I demonstrated that already. This screen protector is really good, and you don't have to set up your fingerprint reader again. That's just something that, you know, that's how good it really is. So those are a couple of things that I wanted to update you guys on. A few things I want to update you guys on, but overall, just using the device, man, it's just been a good experience, and I just don't have any complaints about it. I'm waiting I thought by now I'll be shifting over to using my Pixel Fold 9 Pro, whatever the heck it's called. I thought I would be shifted over there already, but I'm not because mine is delayed. I ordered from Best Buy. I had so many good, wow, they're just going to show off the new iPhone right off the rip. Wow. Well, there you go. It's confirmed. It's confirmed by Subcase. those are your new iPhones. Even I wasn't going to show anything here. I'm still not going to, but so I mean, leaks happen, folks. Leaks are going to happen, and that's just what it is. This is the case for the new iPhone 16. But nonetheless, yeah, I don't have any issues with the device, failures of any kind. And like I said earlier, I've been using the phone cameras, obviously, because I've been doing a lot of recording. And, you know, it's just a good set of cameras. I've actually been recording in HDR as well. So let me pull up an HDR video here. Let me see if I can find it. I recorded the Pixel sample in HDR. And I want to go ahead and show it to you real briefly here because I did record it in HDR. And I recorded it on this phone. And I gave it a direct upload to to YouTube. And it just went. It just looks, this is full-blown HDR. It's kind of bright probably, but this is a beautiful representation of how well Google's HDR content has come. It was never really bad. Samsung's HDR is the one I don't like the most, but Apple's is at the top still for HDR content, but Google's now is just right there with it. So I'm curious how the new iPhone 16 lineup is going to do, because I will be getting the Pro model of that. And this is just a beautiful display, man. Like, it's a beautiful display, but more importantly, the HDR content coming from it is phenomenal. And then I'll let you hear some of the volume. This video is up on the channel, so go check it out. What do you guys think about how this footage is going down? It was really windy that day, but let me go ahead and turn it, because it's probably not even turned up to 4K. It's on 720p. It's really windy that day. As you can see here, the HDR, it is HDR. Right there. But it was really windy this day, and it did very well. It did very well. No problems whatsoever. It just did phenomenal, man. I was surprised at how well this HDR content turned out. It didn't take that long to process on YouTube either. So my usage for phones like this that's what it's going to be. It's going to be me doing a lot of recording for the channel, even though I've gone back to using, well, if you're a creator, you know what my desk looks like. I have this is my Sony a6100 I'm using. And then right over here, right up here, I have the cell phone mount that I typically use when I'm testing out or recording with a cell phone. So all in all, this phone has been very solid for recording on my car channel or just recording any content for anything. I keep saying my car channel because that's where I typically would use it a lot. But car channel, I've kind of slowed down because this is kind of a big tech season. And then I've been giving you content on my Tesla, but it's being recorded with this phone. I've done several videos with this phone. And, you know, having the telephoto lens, I don't use it. That's just the truth. I put up a poll about, you know, which one do you prefer, or which one is basically a necessity. And a lot of people, I don't think it's a necessity for them, but they would like to have it if it's an option. And I do get that. But if you could only choose one, I personally would take the ultra wide lens because it would help for getting some good shots. And when I'm recording, sometimes I want to stand closer to the car and I want to get certain angles and views, and the ultra wide looks really good. I can get a lot in view and stand close to whatever the subject is, and I think it still comes out great. So in the end, 2 weeks later with the Pixel 9 Pro XL, I'm hoping to have my Fold 9 by the end of this month, hopefully now, if I get it at all. It's delayed. But how about the Pixel 9 Pro XL coming in like a champ? Google did their thing. The good old 9 and 9. The Pixel 9 Pro XL in 9 minutes. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.